Good afternoon once again, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Joseph Quino. I'm the General Manager for Excel Plus Education, and today we are going to have a very interesting and exciting conversation. Today's webinar is focused on exploring study abroad opportunities in the UK, as well as employment opportunities after school. And we have well-resourced persons who will be joining us in the discussion today to explore what opportunities are out there for prospective Ghanaian students who intend to study or interested in studying in the UK. I'm sure some of you will be wondering or thinking about, okay, who is Excel Plus Education? What do they do? Which organization is that? Well, Excel Plus Education is a university placement service provider. We have partner universities in the UK, USA, Canada, Australia, Ireland, Germany, and other parts of Europe. Our services range from university application, helping students put their financing together, helping students put their documentation together, to visa application processing, to pre-departure briefing, to helping students book their accommodation, flight assistance. I mean, name it, anything that goes into the value chain of you preparing yourself for a successful journey to study outside Ghana. We are there for you. And the most exciting part is that our services are completely free. We don't charge for any of our services. So that is why you should choose Excel Plus Education, because you get quality information, professional assistance, and at no cost to you as a student. Excel is also an ISEF accredited agent, and we also a British Council accredited agency here in Ghana. So I will encourage all of you who have plans of studying abroad to consider Excel Plus Education, because we'll make sure that you have a seamless process from deciding which school, which course, till you arrive at your destination abroad for your studies, and then whatever comes next after your studies. So today we are featuring Anglia Ruskin University, one of our partner universities in the UK. And we have joining us, or let me rather say that it is a pleasure to have join us for the discussion today, Dr. Nana Adom, who is the Senior International Recruitment Manager for Anglia Ruskin University in the UK. Doc, if you are here, we'd like to welcome you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joseph. And good evening, everyone. Thank you for the time. Thank you for making this time. Thank you.
So, Doc, thank you for taking time to speak with us tonight. And Doc is not alone. Today, the discussion is going to be very informative, very, very informative. So, Doc brought some of his students with us, students who are currently at ARU, and then some of the officers at ARU. If maybe they could introduce themselves, or Doc will introduce them, then we can take the conversation from there.
Yeah, thank you, Joseph. I think we have Linda here. Linda, Madam Linda Yodele. Madam Linda is actually our ARU's West Africa manager. She's based in Nigeria, but she does assist and cover Ghana as well. So, Linda, you want to come in briefly?
Everyone, as Doc said, my name is Linda, and I'm based in Nigeria, and we're here to support. Hi, Joseph. Good to see you.
Hi, Linda. Good to see you.
Yeah, we also have here Justice. Justice is a PhD, is a postgraduate researcher, and from Ghana. Also from Ghana. Justice is here. So Justice, you want to say hello? Like I said, he's a PhD student. Justice, you want to say hello briefly, and then you can mute yourself. Okay. Whilst waiting for Justice to say hello, we also have Vin,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, Justice, go for it.
Hello, everyone. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah. My name is Justice, just like Doctor said. I'm a postgraduate researcher at Anglia Ruskin University. So I'm happy to join this afternoon to have a very fruitful conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And then we also have all the way from Kenya. We have Kenya. We have brother Vincent Kipkemboi Mutai, all the way from Kenya, also here with us. Vincent covers our activities in East Africa, Kenya to be specific. Vincent, you want to say hello, habari? Just hello, and then you can mute yourself. I know Vincent is having audio challenges.
Okay.
He did he did message me that he's having challenges with his audio. So yes, thank you all very much. Thank you, Excel Plus. Thank you for putting this together. Good afternoon, everyone. I know a number of us are still joining. Thank you for
Yeah.
making the time to plug in, and we truly are grateful for this time. So yes, over to you, Joseph. Thank you.
Right. Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Adom. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, our PhD researcher. Doc, so quickly, I think that we are mindful of the time. We don't want to take too much of the time of our listeners. Uh, Kindly give us a brief overview of ARU and what makes ARU unique from other universities in the UK.
I thank you very much, and I think I'll let Madam Linda shoot us off on this, and then I'll come in. Madam Linda, what makes ARU? Madam Linda has been with ARU for 11 years now. Is that right? 11 or
Well,
12 years? Yeah, 11 or
excellent.
12 years. Yeah, yeah. So she has a lot to say about ARU. Madam Linda, what makes ARU unique from the other universities?
Okay, thank you, Doc. So first off, for me, I personally am one person that if I am looking for a university, I'm not looking for your conventional, four walls classroom kind of university. I would be looking for a university that gives a wholesome experience. By wholesome experience, I mean, thinking about your classroom work at the same time, extracurricular stuff as well. And ARU is one university that stands out when it comes to student support and all these extracurricular things I'm talking about. So for instance, there are, business events, entrepreneurial events that the university usually organizes to encourage people outside the four walls of the classroom to, explore their entrepreneurial skills and all, and to bring it to bear. And then another thing also that stands out for me as per ARU is our location. All our campuses have different feel to it's one university, but all of the campuses have unique feel to whatever course you select. So a student on the London campus has a brilliant experience, although not the same with that of the person in Peterborough, but all of it are carefully curated to with students in the heart of your studies. So yeah, that is also something that stands out for me. So talking about location as well, um, I'm not so much of a very vibey person, I would say, but for those of you that are very vibey and you like, very happening environments and all of that, our campuses are located in such brilliant cities. And literally all the campuses are not too far from London. So even if you feel, I'm not getting the vibe I should get, in this city, you can easily go into London. I think the furthest of the campuses is Peterborough, which is still considerably, I would say, not too far as well. So these are some of the things. In terms of teaching quality, there's a general belief. I'm Nigerian and I'll talk as a Nigerian, so sometimes in Nigeria, if we see, say, the cost of something is not as expensive as it should be, there's a mentality of as expensive as it is, it should give that quality. That I don't know if that's the reality in Ghana, but that's what we face here. So it's not the case with Anglia Ruskin. So it doesn't mean that because the university's tuition fee is competitive doesn't mean that it is less quality. Basically, we have several awards. I think Justice will do justice to that if he's talking about his experience in terms of from the student angle point. I think he'll talk about that as well. I think I'll stop here because if you leave me, I'll keep talking.
Yeah, sure. That's great. Thanks for the overview. So how many campuses do you have as ARU? Because you mentioned Peterborough, you mentioned Chelmsford. So how many campuses are we looking at?
If I could come in on this. So thank you, Linda. I think so we've got the Cambridge campus. So Cambridge, Chelmsford, and then you got the Peterborough, and then you got the Retail. So let me take it again. So Cambridge, Chelmsford, Peterborough. Retail is mainly for agriculture related courses. So animal production, crop production, all the agriculture related courses we happen at Retail, which is not far from Chelmsford, but it's a separate campus on its own. Then you've got the London campus. So altogether is 5. So you've got Chelmsford, you got Cambridge, Chelmsford, Peterborough, Retail, and then London. So bringing it to 5 campuses at present. Yeah. And so dependent, so like I said, Retail is for the colleagues who are into agriculture or animal production, agriculture, animal related courses. Chelmsford, Cambridge, Peterborough, the courses are well spread from business to engineering to science, engineering to health, nursing, architecture and all of that. They are well spread across the rest of the campuses. So yeah, 5 campuses, and some of the courses are specific, specific to certain campuses. There are some of the courses that you would only be able to offer them at specific campuses. For instance, the agriculture related courses.
All right. It's good you mentioned courses. So I want to find out what are some of the most sought after courses at ARU, especially among international students that come from the likes of Nigeria, Ghana, the West African blocks. What are some of the most sought after programs at ARU that students usually apply for?
I think Linda will go for this.
So Doc, I'm seeing what you're doing. Most of the courses are majorly health sciences, engineering, business, education, for the health courses, we have such a pedigree, as in for health courses, and one of the most selling ones are public health, nursing, and public health, nursing, I would say, under health that are sought after with us. And then for sciences, majorly all the science and engineering are together actually. So for science and engineering, there mostly IT courses, IT related courses, and the likes of yeah, computer science, mostly IT courses sell. We don't have, say pure chemistry, for example, or pure physics, for instance, but we have the likes of forensic sciences. We have such rich combinations with those ones. And for business courses, most of our business courses are often sold out. You talk of your international business, your project management, your human resource management, your um, business analytics, and the likes. If I can mention all the courses, honestly, I'll be a genius, but no, I can't. So these are few of the courses. If you can speak to Excel Plus, it would lead you, it would show you more courses
Right.
that we have.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Linda. So, but one trend that I've noticed recently is that a lot of students these days are looking for programs that come with placement, and it's so that they can have some work experience when they are done, with their studies, or programs that incorporate work placement into it, so that students, while they are gathering, the academic knowledge, can still also, in a way, get some practical work experience in addition before they complete. Does ARU have programs that come with work placement? And in which areas would you say?
Yes, most of our courses, most of our business, particularly, yeah, most of the business courses have come with
Okay.
placement, especially the UG ones, but quite a number of the PG ones also come with placements, and the placements come in form of professional experience or placement here. So the difference between professional experience is the students can be placed, they can study, and in between they are going, to do get some work experience. So it's not often like, okay, you have a whole year for professional experience. Most times it's incorporated in the course. So the course is a little elongated by, say, 3 to 6 months or thereabout. That's for professional experience. But for placements, those ones are full blown, maybe additional 1 year, those ones that come with it. So just in case you're confused about the professional experience and the placements,
All
most
right.
of our courses have health courses, none that I know of, but mostly business science and engineering, mostly.
Okay. 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 But now let's talk about admissions. In terms of admissions, what are the general entry requirements, or let's say basic entry requirements for students who are interested in pursuing both undergraduate and then postgraduate programs at ARU? So what are we looking at in terms of undergraduate and postgraduate? What
Okay, so,
basic qualifications should they have?
so let me come in. So for undergraduate, I think um, undergraduate, you be expected to have passed your WASI or WAEC or SSCE, whichever you want to call it. The names keep changing depending on which government is in power. So yeah, WASI or SSCE or whichever. Make sure, yeah, you have that. A minimum of a combination of 5 A's and B's. So as long as you have 5 A's and B's, you should be eligible for most. You should be eligible for most of the subjects, apart from the technical ones, and the more specialist ones. So with the more specialist ones, you need greater grades, good grades, solid grades. But on average, a mixture of 5 A's and B's, you can have five, or 2 A's, 3 B's. As long as it's a mixture of 5 A's and B's, you're good to go with your WASI. Let me also hammer on this. We get asked a lot. Do I need an English test? Do I need an English proficiency? Do you accept IELTS and all of that? As long as you have an A to C score, A to C. So you should have scored A, B, or C for your English at WASI. You are good to go with your English requirement. You don't need IELTS and all of that. A common mistake that oftentimes students do is they hurriedly go and hurriedly go and sit for the WASI, for the IELTS, submitted. Unfortunately, don't make the grades, and then that negates your A to C WASI score. So as long as you have an A to C score for English, you are good to go. The other thing too, yeah, so that's for SSC graduate. For postgraduate, typically you are required to submit your number one, your degree certificate. Have a degree. Minimum of 2.2 is ideally encouraged, but you have a third class. It will be reviewed on a case by case basis. Minimum of 2.2. But like I said, third class, we don't say no, but it'll be on a case by case. Then as well, those are the main bits, main requirements, documentation. Of course, your personal statement. Look, now we do have. Look, 10 years ago, we did not have artificial intelligence, and therefore it was a lot of hard work when you needed to put together your personal statement. Now, all you need to do is go on the go on AI and say, ChatGPT, I want to go to Anglia Ruskin, I want to go and study this course. Can you draft for me? I'm not saying, once you're done, make sure you edit it, right? Because if you unplug ChatGPT word for word, we do have a verifying software here that we also check. So you may get it to assist you, but you need to still tidy up, edit it, especially to suit your individual needs, as against, just a generalized need. We do pay particular attention to the personal statement because it's key. So please make sure you pay attention to it. You upload, you submit your documents, along with copies of your educational certificates and all of that. And then once we are in receipt of all, we review, and we'll come back to you hopefully typically within 24 to 48 hours with the decision. So as a general background, those are the requirements needed. Also for a PhD researcher, similar. So you should have had your master's if you want to pursue a PhD, a master's in a relatable field, and then have your research proposal handy. Typically, your research proposal should be marks of about 3 pages. It shouldn't be too wordy, but 3 pages is fine. And you must be very clear what you want to research about. Put it together, attach your master's and your relevant English, WASI and all of that. And again, admissions will pick it up and they'll come back to you. So as a general guide, these are the requirements that is needed for your application. I can see a question here. Hello, applied to your and got my offer letter in March for MSc. The total fee was 19,005 questions. That can hear your first scholarship was because of the course I chose. Okay. All right, we'll come back to the questions. All right.
Yes, sure. So
Can
if there
I
are any
just add?
questions, yeah, Linda, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to add to what Doc has said. Another requirement for those going for TV production and MA Creative Writing or BSc Architecture, you would need a portfolio to submit alongside the application. And then there are a few courses that require IELTS as well. So yes, we do accept O-level WASI, but if you're applying for English language and TESOL, you're going to need IELTS. If you also are applying for education, you will need that as well. If you're applying also for MA Social Work and International Relations, for these courses I'm mentioning, you will need IELTS. One other one is the BSc Adult Nursing. you're also going to need the IELTS, or the BSc midwifery. You're going to need IELTS for that as well. Thank you.
All right, Linda, please. Concerning the adult nursing, concerning midwifery, and all the health-related courses that require IELTS, what score are we looking at for the IELTS if students have to take those courses?
You're looking at a 6.5, to 7.0, with all the components not below 6.0, not below 6.0, all components. Most like the adult nursing specifically, it shouldn't be below that.
All right, all right. Doc mentioned WASI, and as document that can be used to assess your English score. Doc, I want to find out from you. You know, there are some institutions in the UK that say that if your English score or your WASI is like 10 years or older, then maybe it will not be accepted for, English assessment. Is that the same with ARU, or as for ARU, there are no limits or no limits to the duration? You can use, what do you say to that?
So we say so similar applies, right? If it's 10 years or older, then we may potentially request you to go for our internal exam called ELPT,
Okay.
or you may have to go for IELTS. So yeah, if it's above 10 years, then potentially we may need a bit of we may need you to do sit for an updated test. Yeah.
Okay.
I can see Vincent is your hand up. Vincent Kipkemboy Mutai is your hand up, or is an old hand?
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm back now.
Okay.
My
So
device was giving me some headache.
Sure. So
But
Vincent
now
is joined us from Kenya, all the way from Kenya. Welcome, Vincent.
Vincent, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right. So concerning PhD applications, Doc, you mentioned the requirement for PhD research proposal. I mean, there are institutions that request that students should contact supervisors before they are eligible to apply for the PhD programs. Is that the same with ARU, or students can just submit the application, their research proposal, and it will be considered by the university? I know there are some institutions that assign supervisors to students. So what's the case with ARU?
I think with ARU, as a general guide, a student has to so typically this is what happens. Yeah, so there are two routes. You can search online and then identify a supervisor and then email him or her with your proposal. The other way around too is you could email your proposal, and then what's going to happen is on receipt, the research school would then circulate your proposal around, and then say to the school, look, there's a proposal we've received. Anybody interested to supervise them, or does it fall within your research area? So either ways, you could look for a supervisor, right, and then get them to look for a supervisor, and then get them to tentatively agree that they are happy to supervise you, or you could send a general update, a general application to the research school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for students who are considering PhD, I mean, I'm asking because there are a lot of questions that we received during the registration process about PhD applications. I mean, students who are considering PhD at ARU, I mean, what are the key research thematic areas that one can consider? Is it mostly in business or in AI, or what are the key research areas that that ARU offers?
I think business, of course, business is a strong area. Business is a strong area. Of course, the architecture, engineering, nursing as well, health sciences, public health. These are some of the common areas that we note that there tends to be quite a big pool towards PhD applications. So yes, the but that notwithstanding, you could you when as well agriculture as well, and then animal sciences. But that as well, that aside, if your research area does not fall within some of the mentioned areas, that still does not stop you in any way from applying, because it's about capacity, it's about finding the right supervision. So if you have the right supervision, you should be good to go, regardless of your research area. Yeah, and of course, visual art, the arts, the as Linda talked about, as well, fashion. So yeah, these are some of the common areas, but not limited in any way. As long as you can find, or as long as there is a supervisory team allocated for you, you'll be good to go.
All right. Okay. Thank you
Can
so
I
much.
just add a bit?
Yeah, sure. Linda, please do it.
Yeah. So just to take a step back to when Doc was talking about how the processing for PhDs. What I often say to international students is, I think it's okay to do your research and look for a supervisor and all that, but I think the clever way to go about it is look at the research areas in the faculty and try to build your proposal alongside any study gap within the area of interests of these supervisors, because what makes it difficult for people to go to get supervisors or to get feedbacks on time is partly because you're coming with genius ideas which are not necessarily out of place but may not align with a supervisor's area of interests. So that way you will keep being tossed around. But if you want to be clever about it, you can build your proposal around, what the study gap, as I said, or the research gap rather. And then I think that way you might stand a better chance, added to what Doc said. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Dr. Ado. So I received a question during the registration. Someone was asking that, are references compulsory for them to submit applications? Is it like a compulsory requirement to attach a reference, maybe academic reference, when submitting an application?
I think we'll let we want to hear from the brother from Kenya. Vincent, are references required when submitting application?
Thank you so much. Reference are required at the stage of applications. What we normally do is to make sure that while you are applying, you ask the student to put a reference, either 2 or 1, as required by the portal.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you for that answer. Doc, let's discuss finances. I think that is one of the major areas of consideration for students, especially in Africa, when they are thinking about studying abroad. Can you share with us what the tuition range for ARU is, especially for undergraduate courses and then the postgraduate courses? What range are we looking at? And then the even more interesting part is the questions of scholarship. I mean, aside the tuition range, are there any scholarship opportunities that are available? I think somebody even asked a question about scholarship. So, Doc, if you can help us.
Sure. Madam Linda is a money woman. So, Madam Linda, do you want to? Yeah, she's the money woman, and she gives a lot of discounts and scholarships. So, Madam Linda, over to you, please. If you can talk money.
No, please don't mind. I have no affiliation with giving discounts. The university does. So for for undergrads, we give up to £7,000 discount, but this is spread across the 3 years. So for the first year, they get a discount, and then second year, like that across. But for postgraduates, the discounts are between 2,000 to 4,000, which is some of the discounts are cost performance related. That's or merit based. Some others are automatic discounts, while some others are faculty-based discounts. So depending on faculty-based, I mean, say if you're applying for MBA, for example, you get an automatic 4,000, which is faculty-based. Then we also have the alumni discounts as well, which is another 4,000. We have the early payment discount. So if you are able to pay full tuition on or before the published deadline of the early payment discount date, you get £1,000 discount. And these discounts are not combined, fortunately, because what I hear most times is so students ask, Linda, can I get the alumni discount and then add it to the faculty discount so that I can get £8,000? Please, no, you can only get either or. So it's either one or two. Sort of. Those are the discounts available.
Yeah, and we also have in addition, we also have the British Council discounts or scholarship, but those I must say, look, managing the expectation, they are very competitive. So every intake last year was Nigeria, I believe it was Nigeria, Kenya, and I think this year is Ghana, I believe. And it's just for one person. You can imagine one person out. You can imagine out of the lot that apply. So it's not that many scholarships. It's just for one, and it's fully paid tuition fee. How do you apply? You go on the Anglia Ruskin page and then look for the British Council is it global scholarships, and then just apply. You need to so hand in your statement of purpose or motivation statement, why you think you deserve the scholarship, and then a panel will review all the applications, and then hopefully if yours stands out the best, then why not? Like I said, that's very competitive because that's only offered to just one, so it's fully paid, but it's just for one person. And if you think that if you consider that we do receive several applications, the other thing that you could also colleagues could look, researchers could look out for is the vice chancellor scholarships. Again, that is offered to I think three individuals in a year. So again, that's fully paid for, fully funded 3-year scholarship PhD. But again, that is only offered to about 3 people. So again, you need to again, if you check on the website, there is information about that in regards. Other than that, there are other external scholarship bodies that you could look at. Chevening, but again, Chevening is super competitive. Commonwealth again super competitive. So just managing the expectation. They are if you're talking of 100% scholarships, they are a few, but very competitive. Other than that, the next other thing we'll be talking about, as Linda said, will be discounts. So I wanted to add on that. Thank you.
All right. Linda, you mentioned that you can't combine scholarship. Does it mean that with the early bird too, you can maybe get an early bird and then get a £4,000 discount?
No,
All right, okay.
fortunately, no.
Oh, unfortunately, I mean, if you have any questions you want to ask about scholarships, you can drop it in the chat section. When we are done with our conversation, I will get Doc to answer some of the questions in the chat. So if you have any questions, just drop it in the chat, and we will address those questions as well. All right. Okay. So now let's talk about students' life on campus. I mean, what the student experience on campus is like. I mean, um, what kind of support system does ARU provide for students who, international students who arrive on campus? I mean, academically, socially, emotionally, because there are students who arrive and then they go through all this social kind of shock because of the change in culture, change in weather. They don't know where to get what. I mean, what kind of support system does ARU provide international students who arrive on campus?
Thank you. Justice, are you at a good location to come in, Justice? That is, I know you were on the train, you were traveling. Are you in a good location to come in? If you can, if not.
Doc.
Yeah.
I'm in the bus anyway, but
Yeah.
if the noise in my background will not interrupt.
I think we'll make do with it. Just when I say, yeah. I think you're obvious because you're on the road. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll tell you what. Don't worry. I think Vincent, you want to come in? Student life, support services. So just as you can mute yourself, and then Vincent, you want to come in briefly.
Okay, all right.
Thank you so much. The student support that a student normally get is about pre-arrival and orientations, and also academic support, social and culture integration, career and working support. For pre-arrival and orientation, visa guidance and accommodation help from also airport pickup information. During orientation week, the campus tour and academic is being briefed. Academic support is about starting a workshop, maybe writing essays, referencing and research. Also English language and communication support. On social and cultural integration, international student society and African student communities, there is also peer monitoring programs helping for cultural shock. Another thing is about career and workshop support. One is about CV workshop and job research support. Two, access to internships and part-time roles. Systems help bridge the difference in teaching styles, more discussion based. Another thing is assignment and workshop, AV, and any workshop AV versus exams. That is what I know about support for students in area. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vincent.
Linda,
you want to come in?
So just like Vincent said, we have a robust student support system at ARU. We have at the center of everything we do at ARU, you will start by experiencing a very warm and friendly admissions team and the Africa team as well, who are very friendly and warm. And we also have the Global Week that holds on campus to sort of, after you're picked from the airport, you have that Global Week to help you settle in on campus. And during the Global Week, you make new friends, you experience other people's cultures. It's just, like an icebreaker for international students. We do all of that to make them feel at home. We also have, everything else Vincent said. There is also the academic support as well. So you're not just left without a support. You have we have a personal tutoring style. So the students are allocated personal tutors, and they help them along their journey on campus. But I realized that most African students don't really take advantage of, that that particular resource on campus. They just, because all we know is we go there, we read, and we get out. So, but there is also avenues for you to, intimate, engage with your lecturers on closer levels, so that you're able to get the necessary support you can get academically. So please, if you get on campus, take advantage of that as well. There is also lovely campuses, actually, very lovely campus layouts. I would say they're part of the support, because some people don't do well without the social bit. So our location, sort of gives you that kind of balance. So it generally just supports your well-being, your mental health as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Linda. Before I forget, there was a question on the tuition range. I think you spoke about the scholarship bits or the discounts, but we didn't get the tuition range for PG and UG students. So, I mean, anybody who wants to study in the area, what tuition range are we looking at for UG, undergraduate and postgraduate courses?
Okay, I think for PG, it's often between 15,000 and 20,000 for PGs. For UGs also is around between 14 and 19,000. I think the BSc adult nursing is even 20, yeah. So it's similar, really. It's very similar.
All right. So let's say the
That's
average
before
tuition,
discount.
average tuition is around, that's before discount.
Yeah.
Okay, so average tuition will be around £15,000. So if students are able to, like, 16,
16.
right, 16. So if a student is fortunate to get a scholarship of the 4,000, then we are looking at a tuition of about £12,000.
12, 13, yes.
12, 13,000-ish. Okay. Now, the question that students are asking is that, are there any payment plans for international students? I mean, students coming from Africa, does the university offer any payment plan? What is the deposits they need to pay? Do they need to pay any top up when they arrive on campus during enrollment? And after that, what is the payment plan like? Do they have to pay everything up front? If you can share some light on that aspect.
Okay. So yes, the deposit is 4,000 after they have received offers. So they pay 4,000. I realized that if I say 60% upon enrollment, students get really, really scared. So let me do the math, right? Let's say your tuition fee is £10,000 and you're asked to pay 4,000 before you get a class. We'll expect you to pay 2,000 upon enrollment, which makes it 60%, right? So scratch the 60, just know that you're going to have between 3,200 or 4,200 pounds to pay as your second installment, which is upon enrollment. Then the third installment is 2 months after, 20% So you're left with 40. 20% is 2 months after. Then another 2 months after, you pay 20. That's basically the instrumental plan. We're very, 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 very firm with the first 2 installments. So I recommend strongly that after you get your offer, the much you can, please pay from Ghana before you leave. If you can pay, the 8,200 or the 8,400, I think it's way better for you in terms of settling down when you get to school and all. It's way better. So I would recommend you pay that as your deposit. Thank
All
you.
right, Linda, thank you. Thank you. So for the purpose of clarity, we are looking at £4,000 in terms of initial deposit before cash. And then you should have paid 60% on enrollment when you get your visa and then you arrive in school. And then the next 40%, the first part, which is 20%, will be due in 2 months' time. And then the other 20%, making the 100, will also be due in 2 months' time. So that is the payment plan that is available for students. Right.
Allow me also to interject.
Sure. Vincent, do you say something?
Let me ask you from for West Africa. In Kenya, we normally get a challenge from the students who normally pay 4,000 and they get cash, they get visa and go to the UK. That was way before. But some students went to the UK and they didn't, they were not able to pay the 60% when they read into the university. They were not able to register. So some went for asylum, others were returned back home, and it became an issue with the UKVI. So we decided to go for 60% before they get cash. And I think we have managed, it's 100%. So that when that student take a flight to the UK, they will be able it will be easy for them to register and also move on with their life. So the 40%, now they will discuss with the university on how to pay, maybe 20% and then another 20%. So it depends. But here in Kenya, we had that challenge that when you pay 4,000 and you get the cash, so those students were not vulnerable to get visa on time. They were asked to attend interview, and that interview were a way of curtailing their visas. So, but now, after they have paid 60%, there is a transition of 100% visa outcome. So I don't know in West Africa, maybe Linda can be able to elaborate on that. Maybe there is a different view of how West Africans are going about and how us from East Africa we are going about.
Thank you, Vincent. Yeah, so with East Africa, there was that challenge. In West Africa, we have a bit of, Nigeria is a little bit okay. Not immune. Not immune. Nigeria is a little bit okay, just a little bit. But you see, with the challenge that we're beginning to see with Ghana, I think if you were to get your visa quickly, I would recommend what Vincent said. If we were to get your visa quickly, or some form of guarantee, I would say I would recommend you pay more than, either you pay 60 or more than 60%, because it's a growing challenge in Ghana now. So I would recommend pay 8,400, 9,000, 10,000. The more you can, so there is this example I usually give Nigerian students that some of them get on campus and they just set up their cameras and sit in front of ring lights and say, oh, the UK is very hard. It's difficult here. It's that. But what they're not saying is how unprepared they were in terms of tuition payment. So you find students saying to themselves, oh, we are Africans now. When we get there, we will rough it. We will, we will find a way around it. But no, it doesn't work that way. There are so many factors, that come into play. So if you pay more while you were still in your home country and you have less to pay, then the pressure in terms of, because the other things you would struggle with on campus is accommodation, setting up your bank, attending lectures, just literally understanding how the UK works will already mess up your brain. So bringing your your balance of tuition that is 40% again, you honestly don't, you don't want to go through that. More than 40% rather, you don't want to go through that. So if I were you, I will get as much tuition as I can. If you can pay full, as I said, we can give you more discounts. If you can pay full tuition, you have discounts. So yeah, we can't overemphasize this. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Dr. Adom. I mean, let me wrap up on the student experience and the student support bit currently. There's a question that was about what are there students apprenticeship opportunities, like on-campus work opportunities that students can apply for while they're on campus? Is there anything like that? I mean, as a way of also supporting students, or students will have to always, look outside when they have to apply for jobs or anything of that sort. I know students can work about 20 hours a week, but the question centers on, are there apprenticeship opportunities, those kind of on-campus work that students have the opportunities to apply for?
We have the ARU temps. We have the ARU temps that looks after students. Was the question directed to me? I think
anybody can answer.
All of us.
we have the ARU terms that support students with temporary jobs on campus, and some little opportunities off campus as well. And I say to students that it's very important they get such experience, because it looks good on their CV. Imagine attending a university and you have it on your CV as your work experience. Although African students don't like volunteering, they want to be paid to do all the jobs. But volunteering experiences actually boosts your chances, in terms of employment. It boosts your chances. So I would say, apart from your normal paid employment, look for volunteering experiences as well. ARU has such, although ARU also has the paid opportunities, and they pay students well. There are those that work in the cafe, in the eye center, as just a lot going around, student ambassadors and all of that. So take advantage.
All right. Thank you so much, Linda, for clarifying that. Okay, so the final bit of the question, before we look at some of the questions that students have asked, is issues about accommodation. Does ARU support student accommodation or provide accommodation? And what rates are we looking at for accommodation per week? There are students who want to find out, so that for planning purposes, I mean, they want to know for the various campuses that you have accommodation on all those campuses. And if so, I mean, how do they assess them? What are the rates they are looking at? Is this something you can share some light on?
Vincent, do you want to go for your network?
I'm
Vincent is
saying
muted.
you can answer that one. I didn't get
Okay. All right. Okay. Talk is okay. So for accommodations, we do have accommodations on campus for international students. I mean, it depends on which campus you are. In all of the campuses, as I said, have different fees, right? Some are slightly higher than the other. I think the most affordable, I would say, would be in Peterborough, because Peterborough generally is one of the cheapest places to live in the UK. And so the accommodation in Peterborough would be, this is me talking about off-campus accommodation. So those accommodations would be quite affordable compared to other campuses. However, if you were looking at, the student village in Chelmsford, or any, say, Peter Taylor House or Swingle or YMCA in Cambridge, you would be budgeting, you pay in weeks, actually, if it's the student accommodation. So depending on your capacity, there is the, fully en suite, there is the shared, there is the, but you should budget between say 3,500 or up to about 5,000 for a tenancy period of, I think, about 12 weeks, or there about 12 or 15 weeks. All this there 15, the weeks thing confuses me, to be honest. So if you want details about that, we can furnish you with information about that. But then what I recommend for African students mostly is, if you can stay off campus, please do, because it's I find it, because I graduated from the same university, I found it slightly more affordable than the hostels. You could live in a shared one, so you can share the amount amongst yourselves, and that way you're able to afford, let me put it that way. But if you can afford an accommodation, then go for it. The campus accommodations, they are brilliant. I lived in one anyways. So yes, they're brilliant. They're lovely.
And another thing is about first come, first serve. So you
Yeah.
need to apply as early as possible, because we have so many students who want to apply. So it is better you apply for accommodation as early as possible, or you manage expectation for maybe private accommodation outside the campus.
All right. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Linda. So let me just sample some of the questions in the chat. Seth is asking a question that he applied to ARU, got an offer in March for MSc Business Data Analytics. His total fee is 19,500. And I think he got a scholarship of about 4,000. His question is that all ARU can offer as scholarship?
He got 4,000, he said.
Yeah, yes.
That's a lot.
All right. So I think that answers it. That said, it looks like the 4,000 is all you can get for now, because that is
Dr. Adam can
generous.
add, Dr. Adam can give more. He
Doc,
can.
We'll look at it on a case-by-case basis for now.
all right, all right. So there's a question. Someone says, from Harriet. Harriet says, I have a higher diploma in accounting. She's considering, I use it to apply for a degree in maybe education or social work? Does that work? With an HND in accounting, is it possible to do maybe a degree in education or social work with HND in accounting?
Not exactly, because generally ARU doesn't accept HNDs at the moment. So we would no, we won't accept that for social work. No, social work is a special course on its own, and then HND is another, entire ball game. Different ball game entirely. So no, not social work. They can go for, I think, a top up. Yeah, they can go for a top up, but in a business related course. And so if they're done with the top up and they have a BSc, by then they probably would have had experience in maybe care or health if they want, or even the social work itself. So I think with that, they're able to then apply for social work. I should think so, if they have work experience and they have the English language requirements. So yes, they should.
All right. Okay. I think we'll take just one more question because of time. We've taken close to an hour of your time. We can't exhaust all the conversations here. That is why Excel Plus is available to assist you if you have any more questions. But I will take the final question. That is asking that, okay, does the automatic scholarship apply to just the first year or also subsequent years, provided maybe for undergraduate and postgraduate? If there's a 2-year postgraduate program and you get automatic for the first year, does it apply to the second year as well?
No. So it's just for the first year. For the first year for now, as it stands now. Yeah, that may it may be reviewed at the later time, but for now, just for the first year.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Adom. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Mr. Vincent. I mean, one last question. And students are asking, okay, they missed the January intake. I think there was an April, May intake. And then, so which is the next intake? Is there another intake before September, or we are all looking at September now?
We're all looking at September. However,
Yeah.
we're already issuing CASIs for September, which means
Excellent.
they are more than welcome to put in application and get their things done quickly. So if you put in your application, although it's for September, and you get your offer this month, next month you get your CAS, you can apply for your visa, and then have the time to chill and get more money before you travel.
Sure. All right. Thank you. So we'll take our final words from Dr. Adom for prospective students who are probably watching and are considering ARU. I mean, what would you say to them? Maybe a word from Dr. Adom, a word from Vincent, and then we'll take Linda Ayodele as well.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you all for joining us, for spending over an hour of your precious time with us. Thank you. Look, yeah, so September we are wide open. Please join in September. We're fast taking applications. If you need to apply, reach out to Joseph and his team. Joseph and his team can be, I'm sure they will share their details online. And if there are any questions, any bits you're still not sure, you can either again contact them. You'll be more than happy. But you know what? One of the takeaways from the last intake, so with last January and last September, we noticed that the UKVI took forever to decide on some applications. So the key is apply early, apply early, apply early, apply early, and apply early. Please apply early, apply early. One of the it's in our DNA, right? One of the things in our DNA is we love late approach to things. we go to weddings late, we go to church late, we go to lectures late. Even with our eating, we eat late. It's in our DNA. It's in our DNA. Look, in Kenya, it's even worse. West Africa is okay. Kenya, you see this man called Vincent Kimkemboy Muntai. In Kenya, it's even worse. They eat ugali very late, so they all have very big bellies. So we love to be late with everything. But I beg you, apply early, right? Apply early. Don't leave it late. Don't leave it till last minute. Start early. Save yourself the hassle, so that you can beat the traffic. You can go ahead of the queue. Oftentimes when the early starters, I've noticed a trend with the UKVI. Early starters avoid the fury of the UKVI. So please apply early. Start now, and then don't wait till August. Don't wait till July. So start early will be my last word for you. Thank you.
All right, Linda. Any last words?
I will pick on from where Doc stopped, where he's talking about applying early. Even if you're looking for funds, just get the offer. Don't wait until get the offer first, and then wait. And then secondly, make up your mind on time as well, because I think one thing that makes students stay longer before they enroll is they have offer from here, so and they're waiting for 5 other offers to come out. If I were you, I would go with Anglia Ruskin University, because why not? We have all it takes, to be honest, in terms of location, flexibility of payment, the multicultural environment. You're not going to feel alone. You will not feel alone. You have Dr. Adom there. He's the father of all Africans in Anglia Ruskin. and he looks after them very well. So you have nothing to worry about. You have a welcoming community. Basically, that's what I am selling here. So look more, to your mental health, and choose wisely. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Linda. Any last word from Vincent as well from Kenya?
Dr. Nana and Linda have exhausted all we're supposed to say. Mine, I can emphasize what Nana has said. There are words that Nana repeated so many times. Apply early, make things happen so early. So avoid last minute. Last minute can cost you, and you will be frustrated. So ARU is the best place from experience from our students from Kenya. They normally go there, and we get some best feedbacks from them, saying that ARU has put them in the best place than any other universities in the UK. They normally, the other students from other university are normally complaining about high cost of fees and duration. But ARU, I think it is the best. So what I emphasize from a student for Joseph, please apply early. Make sure that you get your CAS early, get your visa early, so that you have easy time for you to prepare to travel to the UK. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening. It is 8:21 p.m. here in Kenya, so I'm going to eat now. We eat so late.
Thank you, Vincent.
See, they eat late and they eat big ugali. So apply early. Don't be like Kenyans. Don't eat late. Don't apply late.
All right, thank you, Dr.
Please
Adom. Thank
apply
you,
through
Linda.
Excel Plus.
Yes.
They don't charge. It's free of
Yeah.
charge. Apply through Excel Plus.
Yeah, sure.
All right. All right. Thank you, Linda. I
Mm.
think one more thing I have to say to Seth, who was looking for more scholarship, is that the Get Fund Scholarship portal is actually open at the moment. So since you already have an offer, you can apply for the Get Fund Scholarship. And that goes to any other person with an offer and wants more scholarship aside what you have from ARU. You can actually apply for the Get Fund Scholarship. We are glad to assist you through the process if you call on us. And even if you have not yet applied or you don't have an offer and you wish to apply, I know ARU is one of the institutions with one of the fastest turnaround time in terms of application. So you can still put in the application, get the offer and then give it a try on the Get Fund portal. I think that the portal closes on the 30th of this month, which is next week, Thursday or Friday or so. So if you still have plans of pursuing studies and are looking for funding, I think that you should put in the application early and you can still try your hands on the Get Fund Scholarship. So thank you so much for tonight. Thank you for making time to join us. We'll be coming your way again with other interesting conversations on how to prepare your SOP, how to prepare for your visa applications, and then you learn a lot. So keep following our channels, keep following our webinars, register for them. And to our audience, once again, we say a very big thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you in our next session, and take care and apply early. Thank you, Dr. Adom. Thank you, Linda. And thank you, Vincent. If you want to reach out to Excel Plus, we have dropped our details in the chat box. Our WhatsApp number is there. Our email address is there. It's info@excelplusonline.com. We have offices in Accra and in Kumasi. Kumasi, you can find us at Ahojo Atinga Junction. And in Accra, we are Jowulu, just next to the Quick Mart supermarket or just next to the Jowulu Junior High School. So you can reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to guide you through the entire process. Thank you once again, and I'll see you later in our next session. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Vincent.
Welcome. Bye. See you.
Thank you. Bye.